Greetings, my fellow eagles and the entire world. This is Eagle Emmanuel Mensah with inspirations and guidance from Eagle Helen Mensah in the unseen world, coming into your homes and your minds with a message of empowerment and enlightenment. Today is the 26th of August in the year 2024, and the Bible says this is the day the Lord has made. And for that matter, we should rejoice and be glad in it. And so I take this opportunity to invite the whole world to join me to give thanks to God for the day that He has granted unto us. And life in general. Life is beautiful. Life is wonderful. Life is glorious. Life is God Himself, flowing through all things, including mankind. Today, I'm going to speak to you on the topic, as a man thinks and speaks to him or herself, so shall he become. I repeat, as a man or woman thinks and speaks to him or herself, so shall he or she become. Every human being knows that we think. And this is an activity that we do all the time. And we also know that we speak. Everyone engages in this act. But our speech, whatever we say, comes as part of our thinking. And as beings of creations, or as creative beings, we create our own realities. We create our life circumstances. First by the thinking, the thoughts. And the thoughts become the root of our words. Then we declare it into our lives. And so as a human being, you are all the time declaring things into your life. But for our ignorance, we tend to think that whatever comes into our life comes as foreign to us. They are the work of other things outside us. And therefore, we speak anyhow. We think anyhow and declare things anyhow. And when the things appears, then we tend to be perplexed. Then we turn around and we blame all other things around us. But as a matter of fact, your speech, whatever you speak to yourself, you say to yourself, or you declare into your existence from the bottom of your heart, from the heart of your heart, is that becomes your reality. And if you pay attention to what you always say about yourself, you say to yourself, not even about yourself, what you say to yourself, under your breath, in your closet, how you see yourself, and how you praise or, condemn yourself, makes your life, as a matter of fact. And so, as you think and speak, so shall it be in your life. This is a law. As you speak, as you think and speak, so shall it be in your life. And so, only a few people will actually accept this, but as a matter of fact, that is the truth. And this is the time that you got to wake up and then begin to seek the truth and take the rightful place in your own life, in your own existence. You are a creative being. You have been given the power to speak and to declare things into your life. But your speech comes as a result of how you are thinking. And these two things are part of your creative powers. But speech is about you declaring what you're actually brooding on or thinking about within you into the outer. And so it becomes physical. And therefore, when you speak something, you cannot take back. When you speak something, you cannot take back. Unless, of course, there is no one there to listen. But as soon as you speak something out and it enters other people's ears, you cannot take it back. It doesn't matter how you apologize, whatever, it cannot be taken back. And that is how important your speech is, what you say to yourself. But it is not even more important. What is more important is what we say to ourselves. How do you see yourself? What do you say to yourself? How many times do you actually look into yourself, into your eyes, through the mirror, and say something beautiful and acknowledge yourself. And how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a disadvantaged person? Or do you see yourself as a God or an incarnate of God with full power and an authority to make or unmake your life? Whatever answer that you have to these questions will determine your life. And so if you want to know what controls you, then pay attention to what you are saying to yourself. If you want to know what controls your life, what brings about things and circumstances into your life, then pay attention to what you are speaking to yourself, thinking and speaking into your life. We have men and women have been trained in such a way that it is even abnormal to most people for them to say something good or positive about themselves. And if someone tells them that you are this and that, they say, no, this is too good to be true. I don't think I deserve it. I don't think this and that and that. And so if you look at the person's life, the person is just walking through this earth without any conviction that he or she can be or do anything. And therefore, that is what they declare, the person declares into his or her own life. But this is self-sabotage, because you are acting living and acting, speaking against your own progress. And so today, we are looking at this topic. It's a very important thing. Every one of us does this. It doesn't matter the number of people that surround you. You go into your closet. You go into your bed. Into your bedroom. You go into your washroom. Some of these pep talks that we do whilst we are alone are the things that mold and shape our lives. And therefore, we are talking about thinking deliberately. Thinking deliberately. Whatever the case may be, whatever achievement that you may think you have made, there will always be something that you have to deal with. Because our life is a continual affair. It's continuum. We are moving forward, and therefore the negative or some of the challenges must come to cause us to think of the solution to move us forward. And therefore, when difficult situations and challenges appears, you are supposed to be deliberate and think and speak about the situation the way you want it. But you don't affirm. But you don't affirm what you are seeing. But unfortunately, what we do, or what we human beings think is the normal, is to affirm what they are seeing momentarily. And therefore, the person goes into a situation and then he begins to declare, as for me this, as for me that, as for me this, I was born on the wrong side of life. I was born in the wrong family. I was this, I was this. The person cannot acknowledge anything good into his or her life. Believe it or not, this is what we call suggestion, auto-suggestion. In psychology, you are suggesting things into your life. And as you suggest this into your mind, your subconscious mind, and the universe, this thing becomes your reality. And as a matter of fact, we hear people always saying that this is something that I've been dreading. What I dread is that always come into my life. Yes, it is because you are affirming it. Whether you like it or not, whether you think the thing is hurting you, and therefore you are just declaring it, you are suggesting it to your own system, your subconscious mind. And the universe picks it up and then recreate the things into your life. You create things that you hate. You create things that you abhor. Things that you fear comes into your life faster than those that you love. Just as those that you love, it cannot be faster. I have to correct myself. Things that you hate will come into your life in exact way as those that you love. You see? But if we become deliberate and know that this is a law, and therefore we must always be deliberate, then you will not even fear, you will not even worry about things, but you will love things. So our life is like a stick, as I've always been saying. Every stick has two opposite sides. Whether the stick is crooked or the stick is something beautiful, It doesn't matter the end of the stick that you hold, whether you like it or not. You are holding that particular stick. It's a fact. Whether the stick is big or small, is long or short, is even dangerous to your life. So long as you are holding any part of the stick, you are holding the whole stick. The whole stick is in your hands. And so it is with our lives. Every situation that comes into our lives, whether you are hating it or you are loving it, the fact is that you are activating the vibration about that situation within you. And the universe only takes it out. You are making a request about it. And it brings back to you exactly what you are thinking about, what you are emotionally, what you are declaring into your life. And therefore, be mindful of what you say to yourself. Be mindful of what you declare into your life. Be deliberate. You must train yourself to love yourself. This is what we call self-love. If you cannot love yourself, and if you cannot look at yourself and say positive things, greater things into your life, even when everything is burning, then you have no future. You have no place in this world. You have no place in the universe. Because you must call things that are not as if they are. That is faith. You must call things that are not as if they are. But unfortunately, that is not what we believe. That is not what we've been trained to believe. Both our secular and the religious cycles have taught us that when things happen, we should beat the drums about how the thing is. And therefore, if you go to any religious cycles, particularly in the church, when something happens, we beat the drums of the situation as it is and emotionalize it, and then we attribute it to demon, the Satan. Then we are fighting it, and as we are fighting it, we fortify it. Then it keeps repeating itself. If you come to the secular world, we gather ourselves, we organize debates, we organize symposiums and other things, and then we lambast each other, we destroy each other. Then we keep on creating the situation. And therefore, if we want to see the root cause of what we are seeing in our life, individually and collectively, then let us pay attention to what we say to ourselves, what we declare into our lives. We are all consciousness, and therefore, the collective life of a person, it depends on what the person is daily conscious of. And in the same way that the collective life of a group of people depends on what they are collectively awakened to, conscious of. And therefore, you got to be aware of it. That is why deliberate thinking is more important than anything in our life. You got to be deliberate. You got to be deliberate. Think the way you want things to be and speak in support of the way you want things to be. If you are able to do this, persistently, continuously, a time will come that you have trained yourself to look at things, to think at things, and to speak at things in that way. And there is no way, this is a law, what you have created will come into your life. All you need is persistency. And therefore, let us be very attentive to this. Let us be conscious of this fact. Pay attention to what we are saying to yourself. Collectively, let us pay attention to what we are declaring into our lives. And as I have already mentioned, if you want to know what controls your life, if you want to know the root cause of all the challenges, difficulties, the problems that you are facing, that keeps coming back into your life all the time, every now and then pay attention to what you are thinking, your patterns of thoughts, and what you say in support of this thought, or what you declare as the end product of your thoughts. You can trace this to yourself, and you realize that if you will come to the truth that you are the creator of your own realities. That is it, good or bad. And therefore, let us be wise, and let us take the right route. Let us think only through the mind of God. And let us see things only through the eyes of God. And that is to declare only what we are seeing in the calculation of God. Only good. Good is the only reality. And therefore, it does not matter how how you are feeling. It does not matter what you are going through. It does not matter how painful, whatever thing the situation you are going through may be. Discipline yourself and declare what you want to see in your life, and that thing will grow to overthrow what you are seeing right now. As a matter of fact, one very key thing that we have to take into consideration is that there is nothing as future. There is nothing as future. Your future is now. Your future is now. And therefore, what you are thinking and saying to yourself right now becomes your future. What you are thinking and saying, declaring to yourself, suggesting to yourself, is what becomes your future. And therefore, you cannot think and declare, you cannot think about yourself as a stupid person. You cannot think and speak to yourself as a stupid person and then turn around to become a wise person tomorrow. You cannot think and see yourself as a poor person today and then tomorrow become a rich person. It doesn't work like that. You see, so you are not just passing through this earth, and you are not an object passing through this earth or world, but you are a creative being. That must be deliberate. That must be intentional by creating what you want. Look at life from the highest point of view. Look at life from the positive side. And so your speech is not for you to use to abuse your own self, to put yourself down. It does not matter how your life may be. It does not matter how you look physically. There is something that you can look, you can get about yourself that you can be appreciative of. Appreciate that one. Adore that part. And be happy with your life. Be happy with yourself. How you look, what you are. And continue to declare those things into your life. As you do that, those positive things will begin to grow. And those ones that you don't like will fade away. It doesn't matter how you look. You can transform your life from that level to a beautiful one that you want. It doesn't matter what you're going through. You can transform your life into a beautiful one that you want. But it's on the condition that you will think and speak only about what you want to see. Only about what you want to experience. That is the fact. And so, we have been trained and we have been indoctrinated to go about life in the negative way. And we think when we say things, when we declare things as it is, we are being truthful. We are being honest. There is no honesty in this. The universe doesn't look at your honesty. And therefore, the universe only looks at how you are saying things and feeling it. Your language comes with your feeling. And therefore, even if you can actually look at things and fake it with feelings, it will come to pass. But you don't even have to fake it. But you only have to be deliberate and do this on purpose. And as you do it on purpose, you recreate your life from every negative situation to a positive one. And therefore, today, my message for you is to remind you of who you are. Is to remind you of the power and the greatness that you are. God has endowed with you. God has endowed you with. Therefore, take control of your life. Do not be ignorant about these powers. Do not be ignorant about who you are. You are a beautiful and a wonderful person that God has created. Therefore, do not put yourself down. Do not speak anything negative about yourself. Even if it looks, there will be one or two things that you can look at the positive aspect of your life. And therefore, dwell on those things. And let those that you don't want die off. That is how we say we live intelligently. That is why we say we are living deliberately. It doesn't matter whether you are rich or poor. It doesn't matter whether you are this or that. You can recreate your life, but you must be deliberate to think and speak into your life what you want. And so the Bible says, faith is calling things that are not as if they are. The evidence of things not seen. Yeah, faith, that is all that. Faith is the evidence of things not seen. But we are hoping that they will come into our lives. And therefore, you must act on this. Be purposeful. And never say anything negative about yourself. Never acknowledge whatever thing that is happening in your life right now. You only have to say, yes, you are aware of it, but that is not the reality. You are going to recreate. You are going to create a positive and a wonderful one over the current situation. And that is why we say you are a deliberate creator, but not just a reactive creature, reacting to things and allowing things to drag you left and right, up and down, forward and back. That is not how to live. If you live that way, that means you are no more living as a true human being at the image and the likeness of God. Do not allow anything to deceive you, but take your control of your mind and take the center stage of your life and create your life positively as you want it. That is my message for you. Now, may the overshadowing presence of God that keeps the stars in the open such that they do not fall on us, that keeps the planets in their various orbits such that they do not clash with one another, lead and guide you, direct you, energize you, illuminate you, so that you become aware, you become awakened to your indwelling powers, such that you will be deliberate and only declare, only speak to yourself, only speak to your circumstances, only speak into your life things that you want to see, and they will come to pass. And that is exercising faith, which the Bible says that calling things that are not as if they are. Thank you. Once again, let me remind you that if you have not subscribed to our channel, please take a few minutes or click on the subscribe button and join us in our community. And also do well to pass on this message to people in your network. Help us to spread this message of empowerment, message of deliberate creation, so that all of us will co-create beautiful and wonderful and prosperous life in our existence. Thank you, and God bless you.